This is a Works Cited page. If you'll notice, it's actually cut and pasted, so that's actually what it should be. This is simply the second page of your anchor chart, so that would not be there. There's your example of a Works Cited page, and in order to create one, let's go back to the essay in which we talked about in-text citations. So there's two different in-text citations from two different sources. Now we need to create the Works Cited page. So I'm going to go into my EasyBib. I go to that EasyBib, not this one. It may ask you to log in. If you're not logged in, you just go through Google. Okay, so log in. And all these parts are important. There's a little pop-up. Still going to log in. Now I'm logged in. You want to start a new project. And we're waiting. So here's a new project. I'm going to name it, this was the charity paragraph. And that's all I have to do, just create it. Next, I'm going to bibliography. That's where you go next. And here's where I can just put in my URL from one of my sites. So there's that, but I'm going to go back to my organizer because right here is where I got my first bit of information. It was right there. I didn't use that one. So here I am. I'm going to copy the URL. I'm going to put it into my EasyBib. It's a website already, so I'm good there. And I'm going to cite it. We couldn't gather. Okay, continue. All right, so now I have to put it in article title. Well, let's see what my article title was. Aquarium Conservation and Research. All righty. Author. Let's see here. Now, I've already looked this over pretty good. You might have to search for a while. There was no author on this page, so I'm not going to put an author. The publisher sponsor. All right, let me look for that. And normally it takes a lot longer than this. Let's see, I'm going to the bottom. There's nothing there. I'm looking all over. Publisher sponsor. I'm just going to assume, here's a contact us, but I'm just going to assume it's Aquarium of the Pacific. Contact the aquarium. It's definitely Aquarium of the Pacific for my publisher sponsor. Go back to my original page. And I remembered that the title of that particular page was Aquarium Conservation and Research, but they're asking for the whole website title, which is Aquarium of the Pacific. Okay. URL, it says leave out the URL unless the source cannot be located without it. So display URL, I'm going to leave it at no. Let's see if I can find the electronically published date. It's usually at the bottom or up here. And I have absolutely nothing that tells me that, so I'm going to leave that out. Finally, the date that I accessed it. I'm going to pretend that I looked back on my charity paragraph and I'm going to pretend I know the date. And I'm going to say it's, oh, I don't know. Just give it your absolute best guess. It's probably the date on your paper or the date on your doc. I've added everything I can. I've gone through everything. I'm going to create my citation. Okay, there it is. Now, I've got a second source here. I also use this source. So I'm going to go back to my organizer. That one I didn't use. Here's my second source. I'm going to grab the URL. I'm going to cite my second source. See if it'll be nice to me and put in some stuff. Okay, we got some stuff. Continue. It didn't give us certain things though. I don't have an author, but I remember from my in-text citation what it was. Nope, wrong one. I remember it was abc7.com staff. Oops. I'm just going to put it all in last. Okay, publisher or sponsor. I'm going to look for that. Eyewitness News, abc.com staff. Looks like Eyewitness News, ABC7. Now, you'll have to spend a lot longer than this looking for this. I kind of know this source. Electronic published date. January 27th, 2015. Again, I can't remember the date that I accessed it, but I'm just going to pretend that I do. Look it over carefully, make sure I've got everything. Create citation. Now I've got both of my sources cited. There are many ways to do this. This is how I'm going to do it. You can't ever just copy this. That's not good. You have to export it. You have to export it to a Google Doc. If you've already set up your paper in a Google Doc, then that's easy too, but we're going to do it this way. I'm going to go to Google Docs, and sometimes it'll make you sign in and stuff. And there it is. That's nice. It's all perfect for me. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to Control C here. I'm going to put it in I'm going to add a new page here. Return, return, return. Now I've got my in-text citations, everything's properly formatted, and I have my works cited page.